fans are just going absolutely wild over hearing this story. What can they expect from this series?
That's a great question. So Loki is a series that finds the Loki you know in a world you don't know. And he's the character from the end of the first Avengers movie. So his ego's a little bruised, and he's had a bit of a rough time with the original six. But as we see in Endgame, he's picked up the Tesseract and disappeared in a puff of smoke. And he's apprehended by the TVA, the Time Variance Authority, who are an institution that govern the order of time. And he is being kind of processed as a time criminal. And so he's almost removed from his own reality. And that's confronts him with many questions about his identity. And if I say anything more, I'll be saying too much.
That's okay. We will stick with that. I love the concept of time bending. I feel like, especially from the year we just had, the concept of time is very fascinating.
Yeah, true. Absolutely.
I do have to ask, Owen Wilson, fantastic screen partner in here, but is he now replacing your bromance with Chris Hemsworth?
I don't know. I think there's room. I think there's enough love for both of them. There's enough to go around. Chris Hemsworth and I have done 10 years together, and in a way, playing Thor and Loki changed our lives at the same time. And I had, the most fun with Owen, because it was suddenly a different dynamic and a different, a different energy. And Mobius is kind of detached in a way from Loki. He's sort of not bothered by Loki's tricks. And so Loki has to come up with a different way of connecting with him. But Owen is so inventive and so playful that it was so much fun. Yeah.
After playing Loki for 10 years, what is your favorite part about getting back into that character?
Genuinely, I think it's the playfulness. Is that there's something in the moniker, he's the god of mischief, and imbued in the idea of mischief is this sense of playfulness, that he's got a kind of twinkle in his eye all the time, and sometimes he's transgressive and disruptive, but it's always done with a sense of fun. And so that to me is really, really enjoyable, and something I find is very infectious actually when I go back to work.
It's been circling the internet that you went to school with Prince William, which some people have called him mischievous as well. So I'm curious, what was he like, and is there any sort of tinge of mischief in him?
Gosh, it was a long time ago. I'm quite an old man now, I'm afraid to say I didn't know him very well, and it's so far be it from me to make any judgments on his character, but the times I've met him, he's been incredibly kind and gracious. I'm afraid you'd have to ask him.
I've talked to you. I'm done now. This is it. I'm the happiest I could possibly be.